So, unfortunately, I was a victim most of my life. And I just feel totally awful. Just the pit of my stomach. The gut feeling. I'm going to erase all the negative truth. So that's, you know, it, it happened. I was tortured for way over a decade of my life. You're talking about, I didn't have a childhood. I never had a childhood. You don't have a childhood if you're severely traumatized and your first thoughts are suicide. It doesn't matter if it was only a year that you were tortured or if it was 5 years, which behind closed doors and no one sees you, anything can happen. So it wouldn't be out in the open. It would be in a little area, when the person's alone. And yeah, I just never ever had, that good of a life. And then I go tell the truth and I just feel awful about it. It's the total truth, nothing but the truth. But in order to make myself feel better and mentally be better, my thoughts are true of what the victim has to do. The key thing, what the victim has to do is forget their past. Forget their past. Now, everything I said almost destroyed me. I'm devastated. All those things made me want to die. I don't want to die. They put me in the worst situation to cause death. They did it, not me. I had no control over the death that they caused me. But they can't admit to it, so it's just useless for me even to say it, to have a gut feeling, just to feel so awful. It's just, I never had a life, but the whole truth and nothing but the truth is I did nothing wrong. And for a good mother to pay up, what I paid, okay, because of Arthur Hessenhoff III still being alive in 2010, because of what took place and what he paid. I can't. I'm just a victim to everything. I can't. How can a poor person prove anything? So poor people are naturally victims anyway. They can't do anything anyway. They're poor. What can you do being poor? But just go to bus stops and churches if they're open, and they lock them up whenever they lock them up. So a person can't just go in and steal what was on the altar, what used to be gold in the Catholic Church that I heard of growing up. Why they would even do that? That is kind of dumb. To ever have your church open and, there's gold sitting at the altar. Just like an open house. Okay, let's see, anyone can go to church in the 80s. And, oh, okay, well, look, I wonder if that's real. Wow, well, they can steal it. Well, that's why the churches got locked up. The only place is libraries and bus stops for poor people to go. How depressing that they can't do anything else. But that is a lot, on a beautiful day that's not that hot, enjoy a really nice park, and if there is a nice library around, maybe But poor people have no choices, and I certainly never did. And I just have a gut feeling of all the truth that I said. So it's best for me just to... It's all erased anyway. I can't prove anything anyway. It's all erased. And a person would remember, and that's the bad thing. The rumor went around that, and it's just outrageous how much I was tortured. But the worst person in my life is pretending I'm a narcissist. Yeah, it's for him to agree that I had such a great life. I mean, he's my last abuser. Second to my last abuser was my dead husband. I mean, that's a lot of abuse. It's a tremendous amount. And, people who have everything, even if you don't have anything, at least this one woman has kids. Maybe her family, and I'm talking about a staff person. They seem, who knows? People lie all the time, too. Maybe their staff people are all lonely, too. People lie. Everyone lies. Just because you have a good day with a person, or a week, or, you have a good working where you work at for a month, 6 months, a year, who knows? I just feel so bad that I have to take off the truth. But it's already gone anyway. So, yeah, I was majorly harmed, but I don't have to keep on repeating it and bring me down. But then I just feel bad because I'm not even allowed to say the truth. Like, why not? Why? It happened. And it caused me to not be anybody for 2 decades and longer, where I was forced to live at. So on and so forth. I had no resources. I had no emotional support. I had nothing this entire time, except for now. And my life's just totally disgusting. I'm not sure, I'm not totally sure what to do. This is way too long.